Well, we often emphasize how the Winston All-Star Race is the main event. Well, it can be as far as the specialty events are concerned, but this is the main event at Charlotte Motor Speedway as the longest race on the tour. The Coca-Cola 600 is stop number 13 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season 22. And we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And if the Winston and All-Stars was any indication of how competitive this race is going to be, ha ha ha, you ain't seen nothing yet. So let's get to the starting for this running event. On the pole, it is the winner at Sonoma, Joshua Collard, in a bumper-to-bumper auto value Toyota car 43. Beside him will be Levi McIntyre in car 60 at the Aflac Ford Fusion, who won a season at Richmond. Row number 2 has Rob Evans in car number 8, the Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet, and the 62 South Point Hotel Casino Chevrolet Sky Commons is on the outside. Third row has the winner at Talladega, Gene Sanford, in the 21 Reese's Peanut Butter Cups Chevy. Beside her will be car number 63, Diego Yepes, in the Lysol Pontiac. Going to row number 4, there you'll find Simon Bloomfield in the Nesquik Chevrolet car number 10 and the Yellow Transportation Dodge car number 1 of Bobby Frazier. Fifth row is Vince Almarego in car 44, the Shell Pontiac, and the MB&A Pontiac car number 18 of Ashlyn Boyd. Row number 6 will have Trey Wright in car 34, the Gould's Pump Chevrolet, and the Bell Southern Mobility Chevrolet car number 87 of Dion Moon starts alongside his best start of the season so far. Going to row number 7, you'll find Ryan Brommer in car number 5, the GMAC CarQuest Chevrolet, and car number 12, the Verizon Wireless Dodge of Mitchell Collins starts alongside. Next row down has Zach Winkle in car number 7, the Geico Chevrolet, and Henry Stanford in the Iowa French Fries Chevy, car number 57. Next row down is Aiden Shepard in the Aquafresh Pontiac car 00 and number 45, the Sprint PCS Chevrolet of Mike Becker. Next row down is Nathan Hudson in car 38, who nearly won the All-Star race here at Charlotte. He's got Briga Garnett, Great Clips Toyota, and he'll be alongside car 74, the Phoenix Loop Chevrolet of James Henry. Next row down is Chris Dollerton in car 23, the winner this season at Texas in the Stacker 2 Chevy, and the AC Delco Chevrolet car number 2 of Dylan Young sits alongside. Dylan was the winner of the Winston All-Star Open. Next row down has car number 24, the GMAC Chevrolet of Kyle Matthews, who won the Daytona 500 and also raced at Atlanta this season. He'll be alongside car number 37, Matt McIntyre in a Timberwolf Pontiac. Next row down is Jay Jefferson, who won at California this season in a Navy Chevrolet car number 88, and number 15, Eli Bright in the Oakwood Home Chevrolet. Next row down is Zachary Fitzwater in car 39, the winner this season at Bristol, the Mobile One Dodge, and number 3, Cole Deaver in the Oreo Chevrolet. Deaver was the winner this season in the All-Star race. Next down is Jessica Shelton in number 17, Visine Chevrolet, and she'll be alongside Quentin Moore in car 89, racing for Jesus Chevrolet. Next down is car 66, Elijah Gordon in the Duraflame Dodge, and beside him will be the winner at Martinsville, the Castrol GTX 27 of Jesse Turner. Next down has Kat Batson in the Track Gear Ford number 9. She'll be alongside car number 14, Benjamin Miles, who won a season at Darlington, the Navy Chevrolet car number 14. Next down has the winner at Rockingham, Benny Watson in the Energy Machine Toyota car number 99, and Carter Friesen in car 36, the Stanley Tools Pontiac. Next down has Johnny Gardner in car 22, the Discount Tires Dodge. Beside him will be car number 4. It'll be William Brock in the Geico Chevrolet. Next row down has Keith Batson in car 32, the White Rain Ford. And beside him will be car number 29, Charles Samper in the Sonic Chevrolet. And starting shotgun in the field, car number 33, Joshua Osborne in the Ream Chevrolet. In-car cameras today will be carried by In-car cameras today will be carried by Kyle Matthews, Levi McIntyre, and Charles Sanford. Those three will be carrying our in-car cameras in today's event here at Charlotte. As the Coca-Cola 600 is indeed the longest race on the tour, 60 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway, which may require a pit stop, by the way, within the final 10 laps. That's traditionally usually how it goes, and traditionally usually get one big cluster. You know what? Here comes the command to fire them up.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Yeah, usually when we get that pit stop within the final 10 laps of the race, by the way, which usually happens here in the 600 and this series, There's usually, it ends up being one big giant cluster, you know what, that happens to bring out the yellow flag, and that causes the, what possibly could be the big dash to checkered flag. Pole speed for this event, 181 miles per hour around this racetrack. Usually fast in Cup physics. As far as GTX, I don't know how fast it is in this track is in GNS physics, but I do know in CTS physics this track is awfully slow. And by slow we mean about maybe about 160 miles an hour for the pole, usually. But nonetheless, it is time to go green flag racing here for 60 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway. Joshua Collard, who won last race on the tour on the road course at Sonoma, California, leads him down, looking for his first victory at Charlotte. Levi McIntyre, basically the same thing, but 39 other cars will be gunning for victory as well as the green flag flies and the Coca-Cola 600 is on. Three wide racing for the lead here as Vince Almerino takes the number one spot away. Gene Sanford led for a while as they come out to number 4. And now they got Simon Bloomfield caught in a 3-wide situation. We saw this in the Winston Open, by the way, with Matt McIntyre caught in a 3-wide situation, and that didn't work. And in fact, it cost him and I forget which other car it was. I think it was Aiden Shepard. I think it was, but it cost those two a shot at possibly getting the spot in the Winston All-Star race. As now Ryan Brommer and Trey Wright go toe-to-toe for the lead here as they come on to number 4. And Bloomfield's got to be careful to try to find a hole there, but nobody's given any room as far as where to go, as far as where they're going. And boy, if I'm Bloomfield, I wouldn't be liking where I'm at right now. This is pretty hairy here. Ryan Brommer, meanwhile, has to lead as they come through turns 3 and 4 here, and there's Aiden Shepard in car 00. He'll try to get by. Nathan Hudson tries to go by. Kyle Matthews to the low side now. And Bloomfield's now relieved of the fact that no, he's not in 3 wide anymore now, and so he's in the clear at the moment as Zach Winkle takes the number 1 spot. I mentioned they qualified at 181 miles an hour for the pole, but the draft speeds very, very fast. And we're talking 190.9 as far as the fastest speed of the race so far, set by William Brock, 190.995, just flirting with 191 miles an hour a lap. Meantime, Nathan Hudson takes the lead. Kyle Matthews now tries for second place now Or actually, he has got second. Actually, he's actually trying for the lead. But here comes Jay Jefferson, going to try to spoil that for him to the low side of the track as they come up to number 4. As Fitzwater and Shelton goes right there with him. And Jay Jefferson didn't want any of that 3-wide situation, so he's 6th for second position at the moment. Fitzwater's 3rd, Shelton now 4th, and Matthews in 5th position. Maybe dropping the actually he's going to be dropped the 5th here. Shelton goes by, maybe 6th here because here comes Elijah Gordon in car 66, and he gets by. Jay Jefferson in that 88 car, as we said, winner this season at California. Jessica Shelton, she won this season at North Wilkesboro in the first Union 400. Two one-time winners this season. Season's been awfully competitive. Kyle Matthews is the only 2-time winner so far this season. He won, as we said, the Daytona 500, and he won in Atlanta as well. As Jessica Shelton leads the last time by. 10 laps in an event so far. Average speed 186.671. That's the average after 10 laps so far. And the lead change count is going to be plenty, I will imagine that. And here comes Benny Watson, who won at Rockingham, the second race of the season. As he looks low on the track, and he has got bite to the inside. Matt McIntyre shoving him in the Timberwolf Pontiac. And now McIntyre looks to the low side of the track, and that's Eli Bright on the low side in car number 15, the Oakwood Home Chevy. Eli winner last season in 2 races in season 21. And of course, also named Rookie of the Year last season as well. And Eli has had some pretty good runs, but seems like the luck has not been going his way. Maybe tonight at Charlotte possibly could, but we'll see. Still got plenty of racing left to go. 12 in the books and 48 to go. So a lot of racing left to go here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we're just underway in the Coca-Cola 600. And Eli Bright being pushed to the top spot by Johnny Gardner, but he's got Keith Batson, and look who's come from dead last, Joshua Osborne in car 33, as he is now taking the top 5 spot now, up from 41st position. Shows you what the draft can do on this 1.5 mile track. And we usually don't use the word draft with a 1.5 mile racetrack. Maybe on a 2 mile or possibly, if anywhere else besides Talladega and Daytona, maybe on a 2 mile track like Michigan and California, or maybe possibly on the straightaway at Pocono or Indianapolis, but never on a track like that. And Batson led the last time by. Osborne takes the lead. Here comes Charles Sanford in car 29 to the low side. He'll take the number 2 spot. On board Charles Sanford's car. And Charles has our back bumper cam. Charles led the last time by, but surrenders the lead now to William Brock, who's about ready to maybe possibly surrender it to Carter Friesen in car 36. He's got Quentin Moore and Cole Deaver behind him. A Pontiac being chased by 2 Chevrolets on the inside lane. You got a Dodge in there as well. Pontiac, Toyota. And trying to think which one of the GMAC cars that is. That's Kyle Matthews in 24. And Matthews has got his buddy Jessica Shelton right behind him in that 17 cars. They come off turn number 4. Battle within the top 10 as Carter Friesen leads his first lap of the race. Boy, you talk about velocity. That's what 190 miles an hour into turn number 1 looks like. Up to the front spot goes Elijah Gordon in car 66 as he brings the Duraflame Dodge to the top spot, but that's not going to last long because here comes 63, Diego Yepes. Yepes nearly pulled off a win this season. He almost won the Daytona 500, but got passed with 2 laps to go in that event. And here comes Collard, Matthews, Shelton, Matt McIntyre in 37. And to the low side, Matthews now goes toe-to-toe with Collard. Boy, just some tremendous racing we're having here today, and we're almost a third of a way through this event. To the start-finish line, Jessica Shelton leads the last time by. 20 in the books and 40 to go as we are a third of a way through the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to take a look, see how fast the field goes by going into number 1. Just that quick. First to last, separated by just almost 2.5 seconds. That's how fast. That's how far the leaders are separate. That's how far it is from first to last at the moment. Matt McIntyre in second position. Vince Almarego now to the third spot. Zach Winkle the fourth. Chris Dallerton the fifth. And here comes Matt McIntyre to the low side in car number 37. Called. McIntyre led the last time by. Here comes Dallerton to the low side. Gene Samper shoving him. There's 88 car of Jay Jefferson. Hudson's up there. There's Ryan Brommer in the 5. Dylan Young in number 2. Some of the guys making their way back up to the field there. Jesse Turner's now trying to make his way through the field to the front for the first time. And they're going to be side by side for the lead. Who leads this lap? Is it Dallerton or Samper? It is Gene Samper leading the last time by. But Jay Jefferson decides to almost had the thoughts of making it 3 wide between the 23 and 21 cars. Well, this looks like a 185 mile an hour pace lap happening here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And in the case of the car we're looking at right now, Dylan Young is last lap 187.4 miles per hour. So that's how fast these cars maintain a pace between 186 to 188 miles per hour around this racetrack. Nathan Hudson to the top spot. Here comes Ryan Brommer. The aforementioned Dylan Young. There's Jesse Turner in 27. Number 8 car, Rob Evans. He's up in his mix there. Levi McIntyre in 60. Levi with one of our in-car cameras. There's his roof cam. Take a lap around Charlotte with Levi McIntyre in this hairy draft he's got going on. 187 miles an hour into turn number 1, down about 179 in 1 and 2. Getting a draft off Rob Evans in the 8 car. And 190 miles an hour into turn number 3. And down about 182, 181 miles an hour off turn number 4. Front stretch he goes, 187 miles an hour, 188, 189 miles an hour into turn number 1. McIntyre to third, or trying for third on Dylan Young. He's got it. Benny Watson right behind him. There's Eli Bright. Keith Batson is in this mix as well in the 32 car. Ooh, yeah. What racing we're seeing here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jesse Turner leading the last time by as he takes the Castrol cars to the front briefly, but Rob Evans is going to take that away from him. And here comes Levi McIntyre in 60. On the low side of the track. And he's got the top spot now on car 60 as McIntyre takes the Carl Edwards car to the front. And side by side now, McIntyre and Watson. And McIntyre led the last time by, but Watson is going to take it going into turn number 1 as we're halfway home. 30 in the books and 30 to go. Rear bumper cam from Charles Sanford's car. Looking right at the car of Bobby Frazier in that yellow Transportation Dodge. That's one of the few Intrepids in the field. In fact, the car Frazier's driving is a 2004 Dodge Intrepid. He and Elijah Gordon both have the 04 Intrepid bodies. Benjamin Miles leading the last time by, but when you get into turn number 1, it's going to be Charles Sanford to the front, car 29. Yet to take a victory this season, and he hopes tonight will be the night he'll do it. But he's got another Sanford sibling coming up to the inside. That's Henry. That's his brother Henry in 57. We haven't talked about Henry at all today, and as he's moving his way to the top 10 now. He's clocked this time by in the 7th position. That French fry car of Sanford's is really pouring on the ketchup right now. I know, sorry it's a lame pun, but still. I know. But Sanford's car really running strong at the moment. He's now up to the top four now. He's in 4th position at the moment as he moves inside of Zach Winkle. And Henry wants to try. Henry's going to want to go try to challenge his brother for the lead. And if I know Charles, there's going to be he's not going to let any grass grow under his feet right there, trying to battle with him, especially trying to battle with Henry. But here comes Simon Bloomfield, going to change all that as he goes inside of Henry Sanford for 3rd position, as he's going to take that spot away. There's Sky Cummins in 62, Diego Yepes in 63, and Kat Batson making her way to the front now as she takes the 9 car now to looks like 7th, I think. And here comes Vince Almarego for the lead, car 44. As he takes the Shell Pontiac to the number 1 spot. Sky Cummins back there. There's Yepes, Kat Batson, Johnny Gardner is up there. Kyle Matthews in the 24 car. 27, Jesse Turner. And Almarego leads his first lap of the race. Averaging just over 187 miles per hour around this track here in the 600 so far. And here comes Diego Yepes for yet another lead change here. Kind of wonder how many lead changes we're going to have as this race goes on. Last time we had the 600 at Charlotte, we had about 43, 44 lead changes in that event. And I say we're probably going to be close to maybe 30 or 40 by the time this whole thing's done. Here comes Kyle Matthews inside of Johnny Gardner for second. But Gardner says, nuh-uh, that's my spot. Kat Batson, car number 9 for the lead. She's got it. Gardner to the low side. And he's going to get it in turn number 1. Jesse Turner's going to take second from Kyle, or third, I should say, from Kyle Matthews. Now maybe second from Kat Batson. And he's got it. So Dodge to the front. Chevy's second and fourth at the moment. Maybe it'll be second and third by the time they come off turn number 4. And he got a couple surprises up there. Trey Wright in 34, 87, Dion Moon, the Nemco Motorsports machine. Side by side for that number here for third position there. Trey Wright takes it over Johnny Gardner. Meantime, Ryan Brommer's taking second position now, but Wright's going to take that spot away from Brommer, and here comes Dion Moon in the inside. Chris Stollerton is in there. Quentin Moore in number 89. Fitzwater in 39. But pretty soon here in about a few laps, the Wild Bunches are going to become the Thirsty Bunch here in a minute. Because of the history of this race, they've had pit stops within the last 10 to 15 laps of this race, as we said before. And and I think if I recall, the last 600 we had, we went through pit stops without a crash. And that was something that was unheard of. But here comes the Texas winner, Chris Stollerton to the low side, trying to take the lead from Jesse Turner. He's got it. Well, nope, he doesn't have it. Actually, he doesn't have the line, because here comes Quentin Moore with a full head of steam in that 89 car, the Morgan Shepherd colors. And takes the Racing for Jesus Chevrolet to the number 1 spot here, as now the Mobile 1 car of Fitzwater to the low side. He'll take second place. Battle of the Motor Oil Companies for that number 2 spot. Mobile 1 versus Castrol. Zachary Fitzwater, the winner at Bristol, out in front. But here comes the Darlington winner, Benjamin Miles. In that 14 car, William Brock is in there, number 4. Cole Deaver in the 3. Mike Becker in 45 is up there. Looking at the back of the pack right there, you see Johnny Gardner sliding back, as has Charles Sanford, and some of the guards have slid back a little bit to the pack. $15 to go, $14 to go now. And holding down last place at the moment is number 74, James Henry. Dylan Young's way back there, as is Carter Friesen, Gene Samper, and Henry Sampers now. The Sampers are going toe-to-toe with each other. Gene versus Henry. And now we got problems on the front stretch. Trey Wright is spun. And he'll go right in front of the back. McIntyre's in it. Several cars have crashed. Keith Batson spins, as has Gene Samper. She spins. And they continue to crash. McIntyre and Trey Wright's crashed again in 1 and 2. Oh, Mitchell Collins is into it. McIntyre's in it. And all the leaders are coming to it. Oh, good Lord. Don't crash into them, guys. Wow. So with 13 laps to go, all things went to crap. And it was car number 34, Trey Wright. He and the 0 car of Aiden Shepard got into it. They come off turn number 4. They were battling with Jessica Shelton and Chris Dollerton. Wright goes right into Shepard's car. Now watch what happens over there. They're going to go right into the grass. Trey's car is going to get bulldozed by Shepard. And actually, Shepard's car actually moves out. Wright's car goes back to the track. Shepard turns him around again. And watch Trey Wright in 31 is going to go right into Levi McIntyre at this point, right there. And then all heck just breaks loose. There, Al Morego's in it, Diego Yepes. Gene Saber turns Keith Batson around. Damage to the Dylan Young car. There's Ashlyn Boyd in it. Mitchell Collins, Matt McIntyre. And oh, Ashlyn Boyd's car's turned up. What the heck? They bulldoze Ashlyn Boyd's car on its side for I don't know how many yards, but Ashlyn, amazingly enough, got his car back going again. But now, watch what's going to happen with Levi McIntyre. He and Keith Batson's going to get together after Batson and Gene Samper spun. McIntyre just missed Samper, but then Batson, he gets him right there. And watch Trey Wright. He's going to come up right. Trey Wright's going to come right here. Here he is, right there, right now. McIntyre's back going again, but then Trey Wright, for some unknown reason, is going to slam right into McIntyre's car. Apparently not pleased with Knight Levi at all. And he spins right there along with Trey Wright. Gene Samper, barely missed. I say Levi's going to be fuming under that helmet right there on that 60 machine. On board with Levi McIntyre. So back just in time here as we're getting set for green flag racing here. It'll be now down to 8 laps to go in the Coca-Cola 600. Eli Bright is the leader of the race after pit stops. Mike Becker second. Third is Nathan Hudson. Fourth is Cole Bieber. Fifth is Sky Commons. Back underway. Who's going to win the season 22 Coca-Cola 600? Here comes Mike Becker to the low side of Eli Bright for the top spot. On this, the pack's split up for some unknown reason. Oh, is James Henry out of gas? Yeah, they're all coming in the pit road, and oh my gosh. Yeah, several cars coming in the pits. James Henry's in. Sky Commons is in. There's Dion Moon. Shelton's in. Deaver's in. Charles Samper's in. There's Benjamin Miles. He's coming in the pits. Eli Bright's in the pits. That's going to get the lead to Benny Watson. Nope, Joshua Collard's going to take the lead with now 6 laps to go. Nope, Benny Watson was the leader last time by. And there's Shelton. She's coming out of the pits. Now who's going to have to pit out of this bunch here? Collard It's going to stay out. That top five's going to stay out. And they're going to gulp that 17 car, Jessica Shelton. Can any of those guys make it on field the rest of the way? Let's see what happens off that fourth turn. William Brock to the low side for the lead. Benny Watson going to come up behind him. There's... And they go into turn number 1 here. William Brock out in front. Watson in the second position. Collard down to third. Dollarton in fourth. Matthews in fifth. Nope. They come off turn number 4 here, and now Dollarton looks low for the lead for second. That's for third place actually. 3 to go. Benny Watson, car 99, trying to beat out William Brock for the win. And oh, Gardner! He holds up Watson. That's gonna give a huge lead to William Brock. Ooh, I thought Johnny Gardner was actually going to pull a Kevin LePage on these guys there. Now William Brock's got a huge lead at the moment, but he's got lap traffic behind. William Brock is in heavy traffic. Dollarton's closing up. He's right there. Dollarton's closing up. Up turn number 4 they come. It'll be the white flag this time by 1 to go. Dollarton up on the high side of the track. And McIntyre is going to hold them all up, and Brock's going to escape at the moment. Here comes Matthews for second place, and he's got it. Off the going into turn number 3 they come here. William Brock. Car number 4 out in front. Matthews going to try to make a little move off turn number 4. And it's not going to happen for Matthews off the 4th turn they come. William Brock wins the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte. William Brock in car number 4, the Geico Ford, goes to victory lane here in the Coca-Cola 600. Kyle Matthews is going to come home second. Third to Joshua Collard. Fourth is going to go to Chris Dollarton. Fifth to Benny Watson. Average speed 169.087. Joshua Osborne comes home sixth. Seventh to Aiden Shepard. Eighth to Rob Evans. Ninth to Ryan Brommer. And 10th place will go to Jay Jefferson. Boy, that was one crazy, as always, last 10 laps of this race. Oh my word. I mean, that was nuts. That's all I can say about this race. Boy, sometimes I think I know why this race is race 13, because they always say 13 is such an unlucky number and what have you. So, yeah, and there's understandably superstitions about the number 13. And you swear in that last 10, 15 laps there was a full moon on the shining over the racetrack. Anyway, rest of the finishing order, Henry Sanford comes home in 11th, a great day for him. Bobby Frazier, 12th. 13th, Zachary Fitzwater. Zach Winkle, 14th. Dylan Young, damaged up and all silicons up 15th. Gene Sanford, Jesse Turner, Vince Almarego, Diego Yepes, and Mike Becker, the top 20. Rest of the finishing order for you here, Nathan Hudson, Benjamin Miles, Eli Bright, and Jessica Shelton was the last car in the lead lap in 24th. And I tell you, she hung on for dear life in that pack, too. I guarantee on that. Carter Friesen was the first car lap down in 25th. Rest of the lap down or more down finishers. Simon Bloomfield, Kat Batson, Keith Batson, Cole Deaver, Quentin Moore, Charles Sanford, Sky Commons, Elijah Gordon, Levi McIntyre, James Henry, Dion Moon, Ashlyn Boyd, and Johnny Gardner with 3 laps down in 38th. Cars that raced because that crash that happened was Mitchell Collins, Trey Wright, and Matt McIntyre were all the cars that crashed out of the race. And due to that little melee that happened with about 12 or 13 laps to go, but in a crazy finish, William Brock had to endure lap traffic and somehow, some way, held on to take the win in that number 4 machine as he gets his first victory of the season. Holding off the points leader Kyle Matthews, who continues his great finishing percentage in this season, and of course not to mention extending his points lead. But nonetheless, though, William Brock is the man today in victory lane. As we head out of Charlotte, we'll head on to Dover next on the tour for the running of the FedEx 400. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got races, gaming videos, whatever president of the NNSCRA South Carolina Sports channel. And please be sure to check out our series on this channel. And please be sure to check out our load of offline series on this channel, including the Last Bus Light series, the Coors Light Truck series, Pizza Hut X series, the Hershey's Cup series, and the Skittles Super Speedway series. Be sure to check those series out as well on this channel, as well as Michael Norman's Budweiser All Pro series. That's also featured on this channel as well. And coming soon to the NNSCRA Duracell Cup Series, that Seth Cole himself will be running, and of course, this is to become part of the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. Be sure to subscribe to Thrash Maniac 99. That's Levi McIntyre himself, and he's the man who runs that series. So be sure to subscribe to his channel. Again, it's Thrash Maniac 99 for the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. Some of the best offline series are under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that's the story from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Congratulations again to William Brock, the winner of the Coca-Cola 600. And for now, it's James Paulson in production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Dover.